Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody is doing well this morning. It's a little bit warmer. Look, I got on short sleeves. That's not happened in quite a while. So, we already have some people that snuck in early and said good morning. There is Joe Fix It for you. Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Good morning. Good morning, Joey, too. I'm sorry, I didn't say good morning to you. Good morning, Nanny Tam. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. There is Wendy at Hardneck Farms.
Good morning,
Whoops.
Nanny Tam. Hopefully, you guys.
There. I know. It was about to start an echo, right? Conquest Josh is in. Good morning, Josh. Hopefully, you are doing good. Let's see. Everybody's saying good morning. There is Troy Sutton. Good morning to you, Troy. Hopefully you are doing well. There is my brother Jesse. Lazy days ahead. Am I late already? What did I win? Oh, I forgot. I never win. Lisa won everything when she won me. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let me put on my boots so I can step in some poo this morning. He's spewing poo. There is Virginia Alexander. Good morning to you. I know I had one job. There is Scotty. Hello, Scotty. How are you doing? And Giuseppe. Yes, he is the mod father. Uh, anyway, so how's everybody doing this morning? I am excited to be wearing short sleeves, kind of. I'm not sure yet. There's no humidity out. I mean, well, there's a little humidity. It is, let's see, what do I have here? 4 degrees. It says it is 60 degrees. The high today, I feel like I'm Jack Dyer doing the redneck weather from Georgia. The high today is going to be 63, I think. 64 is going to be the high today. So, and we are supposed to have some rain coming in. We were supposed to be already having rain, but we just got some little sprinkles last night, and that was it. It was supposed to be a lot more than that. There is Deanna with Dee's Garden Adventures. Good morning. And there is Rainy Ridge. Good morning, Rainy Ridge. How are you? I've already started some plant starts. I did a video on that. I should do a video, an update video showing what all is going, what all's come up and everything. Oh, Dyer Family Farm, Jack, I just mentioned you because I was telling what the weather was here, and I said, oh, I feel like the redneck weather from Georgia. I'll do it from this side of the U.S. You do it from that side. Well, you're kind of mid. There is, let's see, what did Amy Tam say? Oh, she's saying good morning to everybody. So there is Jack with Dyer Family Farm, Rainy Ridge. I think I went back down and forgot. Well, there is Royalty IC, 2IC, sorry. Good morning to you. There is Dawn Ray B. Good morning, Dawn. Hopefully you are doing well. Oh gosh, no. Are you serious? Sorry, I highlighted the wrong one. We got that white stuff flying around with ice coming. Scotty, I am so sorry. So it's probably like, really, Ginger, you're going to tell us that it's 60 some degrees there and you're wearing short sleeves. Sorry. I know what that's like though, because we just had some not too long ago. And from what I understand, there's supposed to be another round at the end of February coming, another little bout of cold. I don't know how cold it's going to get. There is Arlene. Good morning. Guys, if you would, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you can before you leave or while you're here. And then share it out if you feel so inclined to do so. Nanny Tam said, Ginger sounds like our weather exactly. No storms, just a sprinkle. Already 66, headed to 70, a little windy there. All right. Well, yeah, it's a little windy too here. Jack said he is driving right now. So I got a bunch of plants started, and I don't see either of the Gillums in here, but I was gifted something by Christine, Mrs. Gillum Farms, and I'm assuming that from Johnny too. Gosh, got something in my hair. And it's this little, oh, let me take that comment down. You can see it. That planter right there. So I brought it inside because I already had to up pot some stuff. So what's in the bottom is right there is sugar snap peas. And you can see I already put a stake up for them to kind of trellis up because they are already throwing tendrils. So they're going to be climbing, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking everything outside when it's nice and sunny and it's not too windy. Because if it gets too windy, no offense to Windy at Hardneck Farms, but if you get too much windy going on, they'll fall over and they'll break, and then you're going to have to start all over again. And I really don't want to do that. Windy at Hardneck Farms, I got some basil seeds, some Italy basil seeds, and some culinary basil seeds from her. And look, every one of the, oh, I'm dripping water. Look at how many I have germinating, Wendy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Kevin with Tuber Chat, thank you for coming in. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. I got water everywhere. And then Diana from Dee's Garden Adventures. Look at how many cilantros I have. I've got two over here that you can barely see. They're little tiny. And then I've got 3 right there. And then I have 3 up in this pocket too that are already sprouting. I have so much other stuff. I have squash. I got some seeds from, I think it was Rural King when we were in Florida. Oh, good morning. Making It Home is here. Good morning to you, Lauren and Joel. Creekside Maples is in. Tony and Joni, good morning. I got some seeds from Rural King that I had never seen. Always when I go to like a store like that, a feed store or something, I look at all of the seeds just to see, is there something that I, have never seen before? Is there something that I don't have? Is there something that I need? And I got some yellow zucchini seeds. I've never seen that before. And I've never come across them in like an actual store. I've seen them in books and stuff, but so I grabbed some. Well, I don't know if you can see the squash up there. There's squash, there's zucchini. They're getting pretty big. I'll grab one. Oh, they're dripping. I watered everybody this morning. So here is some of my, and see, they've already got their true leaf. So these are their starter leaves here. So I'm so excited about all this stuff that's coming up. And the fact that I'm already having to up pot things. That's just amazing. Now, again, we have a little bit of cooler weather coming again, so I got to make sure and keep enough room on this shelving unit because I keep planting tray after tray after tray, so that I can keep them inside and keep them nice and warm until I can plant them out, which is probably not going to be until, I think our last frost date is like the end of March. So let me get back in here and catch up with some of the chat. Wendy said, those look amazing, Ginger. The basil from Italy just smell and taste so darn good. I cannot wait. I truly cannot wait to use it, to cook with it, to preserve it. I'm hoping that I'll do a couple of basil plants in different places around the yard. So thank you so much for that, Wendy. I appreciate it. Creekside Maple says, hope it's warmer there, Ginger, because it's absolutely freezing here, negative 29 Celsius. Wow. Yeah. I know you guys had a snowstorm or a bad storm coming. So I hope everything stays good, water stays flowing. They are my off-grid friends because they are off-grid like we are off-grid, not just playing off-grid, just off-grid for real. And so we share a lot of the same struggles when the winter comes, and then when the summer comes too. I mean, we all have a lot of the same struggles. Everybody's saying good morning to everybody. I love that. Yeah, I know, Nanny Tam, yellow zucchini. I cannot wait to see it because I made so much zucchini bread last or year before last, and I really enjoyed that. So I think it would be fun to try it with yellow zucchini as well, and just see if it. Well, it probably won't taste any different. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know. Lauren said, doing dishes now, so can't tag, but hi all. So hello to everyone from Lauren. There is Karen. Good morning, Karen. Hopefully you are doing good this morning. Oh, thank you so much, Nanny Tam. I appreciate it. I do. I truly do. I love plants. I love gardens. Oh, flowers. Oh my gosh, I have flowers coming up too. I have a whole tray of flowers. I have marigolds coming up, not my own. I'm a little disappointed. The not for nothing marigolds have not sprouted yet, but I have some Jolly Jester marigolds that are popping up. They're like this big. They're so sweet. I love them. I have some calendula. Oh my gosh, I'm doing calendula this year, guys. I'm so excited for that. And I have probably, excuse me, probably about 8 calendulas coming up. I have the block garden it's kind of turned into the herb garden. And so I have a lot of things out there. Basil, thyme. Now the basil didn't make it, but the thyme, the sage, the lemon balms, all of these chives. What else is over there? A big Italian oregano plant. It's over there. And I think that's it that's over there for right now. I plan to, near it is the feverfew. And believe it or not, the feverfew has grown. The stalk was about that big. So if you can see, there you go. About that big, about the size of a quarter. Because I left it there from last year. And it got really bushy and it was beautiful, and it was actually outside of the block garden. So what I've done now is I have kind of uprooted it out of what it was on, or the pot that it was in, and I put it in the block garden. So that can kind of be all of my herbs and everything in one place. The feverfew along the trunk. I don't know if you guys have ever pulled up like a peppermint plant or spearmint plant. If you've ever pulled up any of the roots, it grows like long like this, and then it shoots up plants. That's how come it takes over every garden. So the feverfew, the trunk, like the main trunk had a couple of sprout offs that had gotten quite large as well. And these little plants, as they were kind of laying over because they were so heavy, these little new sprouts started coming up off of the trunk. I was so excited. So I pulled a couple of those off and made, everything is dripping. Maybe this one isn't dripping so bad. Made a couple of new little feverfew plants. So isn't that cute? That is from the main trunk. This whole little thing was coming off. Now these were leaves that were dead, so I just cut the stalks down. But I mean, it is doing so good, making its own little new plant. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about all my plants. And they're dripping everywhere. So let me get back in here and chat. You can tell I'm just so excited about all the stuff coming up. Let's see. There is Annie. Good morning, Annie. Or good evening. I'm sorry. That's right. You're about to go to bed, aren't you? She said you are so welcome for the basils. Basils. She sent me more than one. Let's see. Creekside said, got our propane buddy heater going in the watershed to keep it from freezing. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. I'm telling you guys, those heater hoses do not take much solar. They don't pull much from the solar. I thought they would pull more, but it does not drain our solar like I thought, and they do so good keeping that water flowing. Karen said it's snowing here today and more coming this weekend. I'm so sorry. I know everybody is so sick of winter. It's kind of like when you get to like October and you're so sick of summer and all of the crazy weather that you get in summer. Oh, Josh said zucchini pancakes are amazing. I've never tried those. That sounds like something I need to try. Oh, Jesse is saying hello to Arlene and he's singing Arlene, Arlene. You can finish it. I can't hit my falsetto this early in the morning. It's not happening. Tony and Joni said, snow starting here tonight into tomorrow, Jesse. If you don't hear from us for 3 days, you know why. Well, we'll be checking in on you to make sure you're not snowed in and stranded on Gilligan's Island out there. The basil didn't have much time. Okay. We're good with the jokes this morning. We're telling some dad jokes. I know, feverfew. Isn't that awesome? And you know, Wendy, I was going to give up on that. I was just, going to start new feverfew seeds this year and just give up on it. That just goes to show you guys, just leave it in the ground and see what happens, because you never know. You just never know. Now, I have found some mussels, and so has Joey, in the last 3 days that I forgot I had. They're called gardening mussels. They come up and they will get really, really sore after you do a lot of gardening that you haven't done in 6 months. But it's worth it to just leave it out there and then just do all your cleanup in spring of whatever it is you're going to do. Dee's laughing at Tony's joke. Oh, don't get him started. Joni says, oh, don't get him started. I've had a few fevers. Have you? Me too. Nanny Tam said, weird, my basil is just sprouting, but the most prolific thing is mint, and I think it's dead. Don't give up on it, Nanny Tam. I'm telling you, spearmint, peppermint, anything in the mint family. I just dug up a bed that I had a bunch of dirt in, a soil that was really good. I call it dirt, okay? It's dirt, soil, whatever. That is I needed to use it for something else, and I needed to move that container. And there was one little teeny tiny, it looked like one of these pieces of spearmint coming up, and it comes up like in a purple color, and it has a little tinge of really dark green, so you almost don't see it. It almost looks like it's part of the dirt. So I went to start digging and pulling, and I saw that, and I said, oh, I know what that is. That's either spearmint or peppermint. Well, I said, I know what that is. It's a mint. Okay. I don't know which one it is. So I started pulling and I started getting a little bit more gentle with it. There are so many roots shooting out, and the little, the little ones that look like spider legs. And then you've got those thicker roots. And I had shoots coming up along that base root. I mean, they look like piano keys. And I was like, okay, everybody's busy under there. So I took that and I repotted it somewhere else so that I could use the rest of that dirt in there. And there is Traveling Merton and Sue. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming in. Just talking about plants and gardens and all that good stuff. Nothing growing in our garden at the moment. It's way too hot. I know those times, Annie, when it gets so scorching hot that everything is like, I can't do it anymore. I need some cooler weather. Wendy said, already seeing notices at the grocery store here about egg shortages, food shortages are also being seen. Time to plant a ginormous garden. You're right. And I will tell you that I am trying this year to use my grocery list and things that I get in my grocery, that I go and at this time of year when I don't have fresh. And I'm using that as my planting guide. Sometimes I just get complete ADD when I look at all the seeds. Oh, I want to plant that. 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 And last year I had like next to nothing, and well, not next to nothing. We did pretty good with the Swiss chard and the kale and some other stuff, but there were things that I wanted to grow that I got in the game too late. And this year I vowed that the number one on my list was going to be to make sure that I was organized, that I was on time with everything, that I was keeping up with it, and that I didn't overplant. I think I had, year before last, I think I had probably 12 different tomato plants and different kinds. Now, I had probably 10, 15 of each one. And I'm like, okay, I don't need that. I need cherry tomatoes in my life because that is my snack for the garden. So whenever I'm out there and it's hot and I need a little something, my stomach is growling, I'm just grabbing cherry tomatoes. So cherry tomatoes were number one on the list, but I'm only planting, I think, 4 different kinds of tomatoes this year. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing a huge tomato harvest. I am doing San Marzanos. I love those. They double as, they're really good for like tacos and what is the other thing that I love to make? Oh, I can't think at the moment. It's cilantro, tomatoes, onions, jalapenos. Oh my gosh, I wish I could think of what it is. But anyways, I love to make that. So I'm using my grocery list and the things I get at the grocery store. Pico de Gallo. That's it. Pico de Gallo. I love that. So that's what I'm using as my planting guide. So, and I may do a couple of other things. Yes, Karen, salsa too. Salsa too. She said, I'm trying to read your mind, Ginger, but I don't know. That's kind of crazy place to be up there. Thank you, Don Ray B. Thank you so much. I am documenting it all in a journal when it comes up. My parsley came up. It says it was going to be 28 days. That stuff popped in like a week and a half. I was so surprised because I wasn't expecting it for a couple more weeks. Wow, I did not see that, Nanny Tam. Anyone see someone stole 100,000 eggs from a truck in Pennsylvania? Good morning, the Bud Files. Wendy says winter needs to end right after Christmas, please. And you know what? It's funny because every year I forget in my head, I'm like, oh, December, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. No, the worst stuff comes in January. That's when we've had all of our really bad water freezing, snow, negative degrees here with the wind chill factor has always been in January. And I don't know why every week I forget that. I mean, every year I forget that. Tony said, I have a heat tape around our main water line. It doesn't pull much solar. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we got to look out for those things that pull a lot of solar. Snow, nah, y'all can keep it. You got a little taste of it there, Jesse, to see if you liked it or not. You probably liked it for about 5 minutes and then said, nope, I'm over it. I am over it. Water bath recipe books, the same for steam bath canning recipe books. Yes, you can steam can. Anything you can water bath, you can steam. Steam bath, I guess, is kind of how you would call it. And I hardly ever, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I've water bath something. I've done them all in my steam canner. It's easier for me to lift. It's easier for me to do a turnaround. If I need to do another round, I can turn around and do it really quickly. I think the max time that you can put anything in a steam canner is 45 minutes. And tomatoes for my elevation are 40 minutes. So I do my tomatoes. I steam can my tomatoes, all my jellies. It's just a lot easier for me as far as, lifting it, moving it. Yeah, I like the steam canner a lot, Dawn. So if you're looking to invest or if you've got one and you're thinking about using it, girl, do it. You're going to love it. And I don't even know why I still have my water bath pot because I don't ever use it anymore. I only use that steam canner because I do love it. It's so cold here. I know. Good morning, Bushcrafty. What's up? Not much, just talking about gardening and plants and all of that. There's frost on the inside of the doorknob. You would be very surprised when it gets cold. I can't even imagine what in the biblical times what they did, or I mean, even go back to like Little House on the Prairie. They slept in rooms where the floorboard, the boards didn't even come together. You could feel the cold air and the draft coming from underneath the floor. It's crazy. It's crazy. But when you go live off grid, you figure out some of these things and how they dealt with it and try to, make your own solution to it. Nanny Tam said, I have an organic mint lemon balm I just planted last night. We shall see. Well, good luck. I'm sure it will do very well. School is closed here due to icy conditions, Virginia said. Virginia, did you sneak in and I didn't see you? Good morning if you did. I've been talking for 5 minutes, so I've probably forgotten what I said earlier. Oh, and everybody is still saying hello. So the mint is in a starter pot. Leave it. I would just leave it and see if something comes up. So, I mean, is it like a small pot? Like, is it in a small pot like this? This is kind of like a starter pot because that gives it a good amount of room. Now, if it's in a starter pack like this, like one of these, I would put it out and put some more dirt around it and try to see what it does. But let me tell you something. Do not put it in a garden because it will completely take over. And when I say that, I am telling you this from experience. If you want spearmint for days or peppermint for days, then plant it out in a garden. But I'm telling you, it will take over everywhere there's another plant. It will be invasive and go around it and go through it. When I pulled the spearmint that I pulled up, I had actually pulled out of the block garden. I made the mistake and I put it in the block garden right by the oregano. And it went into the oregano, through the oregano roots. I'm surprised the oregano lived. it went on down to the lemon balm. I mean, some of the tendrils were longer than my arm. It will take off. It takes the roots out first, and then it starts sending up little shoots. I'm telling you, when you pull it out, it looks like a keyboard. It looks like a bunch of piano keys. Dee said, if you don't want the mint to spread, keep it in a pot with a hard surface. See, I didn't even see that comment. And Dee and I said the same exact thing. Plant a ginormous garden and learn to preserve. That's my goals. Those are good goals to have, Dawn. They really are. I am going insane this year on planting ginger. I did that last year and then or 2 years ago. And then some of it I couldn't keep up with and it died. And I feel bad. It was my fault and I shouldn't have. And some of it I didn't use as much. So I'm trying to be very intentional this year with everything that I plant. Hey, through it all, Susie, how are you doing? Good morning. We don't plant anything before mid-May, 1st of June here. Now, Tony and Joni, do you do any plant starts inside? Start things like 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date and then plant them out. Just wondered if I should leave it in a tiny pot and wait and see it comes up and put it in a bigger pot. Yeah, you can do that. I would. Yes, Pico. See, Jesse knew what I was talking about. There is Paul Case. How are you doing, sir? What are you doing? I am talking about some plants. The frost isn't out of the ground here until May. Okay, so you can't put anything in the ground, but can you do something in starter pots? Josh said, anyone else struggle with a ton of clay soil? Hello, yes, amen. Party of one, well, two when Joey's here. Our property is clay and impossible to work up. I think I'm going to do raised beds this year. I would look into that, Josh, as well. We have a lot of that happens here. That we just can't get a lot going in the soil. The other thing you might try is we do have one spot. It's kind of a low spot. So when when rain comes in, it goes in there. And what we did was we put a couple of bags of soil down. We used MI Gardener's core planting method. You put soil down and then like the bed width is probably 5 foot. Well, no, it's probably longer than 5 foot, maybe 6 or 7 foot wide, but it's like 12 foot deep. So we put soil and then right down the middle, we packed in, we took an old bale of straw that had decomposed over like from the last summer. And we did that intentionally. Because we wanted to try this method. So we planted that right down the center. And then you can plant your rows. And when we get that complete summer drought, the plants will dig down. Well, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Dirt, straw, or dirt overall, straw down the middle, and then dirt on top. And you need at least I would say at least 10 to 12 inches of soil on top. That way, when you plant in the dirt and when we get into those really heated days, the roots will go down and they'll tap into that straw, the moisture that's in that straw. We did all of that on top of clay, our clay, rocky soil. And sometimes the roots would go even farther into the clay. So it kind of adjusts as it's growing. So if you want to plant in the yard and you have a little area, because this is kind of like a little spot that goes like this. So we kind of took advantage of the way everything's on a hill here. We took advantage of the valley in there, so to speak, to retain that moisture, to get more moisture down to the straw. The straw will hold it, and then the plants can tap into that. You'd be surprised, a really, really scorching hot day, And those plants are just standing up like nobody's business. And you're thinking, I can't believe they're not drooping everywhere. Let's see. Jessie said trying to read her mind would be like trying to read a map upside down. True story. Some seeds are overachievers, D. You are so, so right. I saw Elvis Parsley working at the superstore. Oh, Dee said she saw that about the eggs. Dawn said a friend told me about the egg theft. She told me to watch my hens. Yes. Yes. You never know who may come and try to take your eggs. Tony, I heard those people who stole the eggs were just a shell of themselves. I know. Nanny Tam thought that was funny too. I just hope that guy that stole the eggs has enough bacon to compliment them. Yeah, for real. Isn't that the truth? The egg crates were empty, yolks on them. Yep. That would have been funny if that would have been the case. Pray for my youngest. Her apartment was broken into around 4 a.m. They were asleep, lost a few things. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Wendy. That is so invasive and just you feel violated when somebody comes in and breaks into your home, and especially when you're sleeping in there. That's terrible. Hey, Tamara, how are you? We have a limit on 2 dozen per customer at our grocery store. Oh, so they've already started the limits, huh? Oh my gosh. I am so glad that I have chickens. I mean, they're a mess. They're work. Not as much work as like pigs or cows or anything like that, but they are work. They do take some work. Mainly I have some problems with some people fighting with each other. But you got to control if it rains too much, you got to keep up with the coops and everything, but they're really well worth it when you think about it as far as consuming your own eggs. Let's see. Winter can stay in Michigan after Christmas time is ice fishing season. Oh, that sounds like fun. I've only ever seen that done, and that was on that movie Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. Yes, everybody's praying. Tamara says prayers. Oh my, Tony is on a roll now. Yes, he is. He and Jesse play off of each other very well. Yes, Karen. And everybody is praying. That is scary. It is really scary. I just got my first steam bath thingy to save water. Didn't know if the times and recipes are the same. Yep, you use them the same recipes and times, and you're going to see a huge difference in your water usage if you're doing it to kind of conserve more water, or not to have to lift a pot of water that, I mean, a lot of times I would have to get Joey to move it because it was just too big. We don't water bath, we steam clean, rough on the skin. Wendy said, I am thankful they are okay and my new grandson. Grr, yes, absolutely. And Susie said, so does a steam canner compare to water bath canner? Yes, a steam canner does the same thing, only with steam. It does the same thing. It has like a little temperature gauge on the top. So you have to know your elevation, and then you can see which zone you're in, and go from there when you're steam canning. What is the difference between a pressure canner and a steam canner? Well, a steam canner uses the steam contained within it. It's the one I have has got like a low bottom, and the lid is like a dome lid, so it's bigger. So the steam that's captured in there is what creates the amount of heat and everything that you need to get in there to kill all the bad stuff and preserve all the good stuff so that you can keep it safe on your shelf. A pressure canner, some things that are low acid, I think it's low acid. Maybe I'm saying that backwards. I slept a night. Um, I know that tomatoes need lemon juice to balance their acidity. Gosh, I can't remember now, but I believe it's the low acid foods like meats and your vegetables and stuff like that. They have to be pressure canned. So that is a complete contained, locked in. You can't get into it. Even if you hear a pop, I've heard a jar break in pressure can during a pressure canning session, and that is that is not it's kind of heart-wrenching, but that's what happened because you can hear it. But the pressure in there is tremendous, and you do have to have a balancing agent for the acidity, like citric acid or something like that. But your recipe will tell you about that for pressure canning. But so yeah, I think that answered it. I hope it did. Virginia said you did say hi earlier. I did say do not. I went to school to be an esthetician. So you have to take nails for like 12 weeks, and then you learn all about nails and nail funguses and how to do acrylics and gels and French manicures and all that stuff. And then you go and you do facials for 12 weeks. So, but I long let that license gone long time ago. But I had an instructor, and when people would, you talking to your neighbor or something like that, and they weren't paying attention, she would say, "Do not, do not, do not." And she said the first time is to say it. The second time, I get your attention. The third time, I know everybody's listening to what I'm about to say because what is following is very important. So, and I used to use that on my kids too. So it actually really works. Three times in a row. Oh, Wendy said the wind just picked up. Yes, me too. I choke out anything near it. It'll choke out anything near it. Yeah, it will. We had a lemon bomb, but it exploded. But another joke. Wow, you're just full of good jokes today, Tony. I found that out the hard way. I can get rid of the mint. I can't get rid of the mint. Yes, you literally have to go through the whole bottom of you need to go way down and find that trailer. And sometimes they'll put off like 2 or 3 because next year you'll come back and they'll start shooting up again. And you're like, I thought I got rid of all that junk. I was going to say crap, but there is Tony at our cabin in the woods. Hello to you. Susie said that's right. I put it in the garden because I didn't have any other place at the time, and now I moved it to a raised bed. Yeah, you got to put it somewhere you can contain it. Tony, Derek was talking last night about possibly starting onions, and I referred him to you and your onion videos. I said, if you're going to plant onions, you need to go watch Tony at Our Cabin in the Woods videos. He has a bunch of them, and they are really good. So you might see some uptick in some of those onion videos, and it's Derek Fowler watching them all. Let's see. After the lemon bomb exploded, it soured us on another. Oh my gosh. You're making these up, I can tell. Some of them are good. Some of them not as good, Tony. Yeah, Tony's got too many jokes this morning, doesn't he? He said we are going to do some plant starts. Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Good. I love to see that new growth. Don't forget to say a blessing over it as before you start planting. That's what I did, and I truly feel like that is what is giving it such a good start. Just said a little prayer about please let me do the right thing and not kill this plant, please. Wendy said, yes, clay soil and some sandstone red soil. Yeah, it's crazy. My property is shale gravel. I do primary raised bed containers. Yeah, a lot of people do that way. You can control a lot of that soil. The what's in it, what you feed it, the nutrients it gets, and everything. I think Tony got too much sleep. That's why he has all these jokes. No, he's quarantined. He's like a squirrel that somebody tried to put in a cage. Because from what I understand about Tony, the more I've gotten to know him, is he's not somebody who likes to stay inside. He would rather be bundled up like the kid from, you know, I can't remember that, A Christmas Story, and be outside and be working than be inside. And so he's kind of a stir crazy kind of person. So yeah, I think he's got some bottled up energy that he needs to get rid of. We tried a raised bed, but Joni fell out of the first. Okay, that was funny. Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. That was funny. I like that one. Joni fell out of the raised bed. What a goof. What a goof. Um, it's awful to be drooping everywhere. It is. It really is. Yes, they will steal chickens. I have a lock on my coop and the run so double locked. Wow. Hey Jennifer, good morning. How are you? I hope you are good. I'm sorry if I missed you when you came in to begin with. When I lived in the good area of the city before I moved to the house, I was robbed when I was sleeping. It scars you for life. I bet. Wendy said, I am thankful they are okay, but the guy took diaper bags. What? Wendy wants them to stay with her. I don't blame you. Why would you steal somebody's diaper bag? My niece is bringing me fresh eggs this week. I'm so grateful. Even Walmart had no eggs this past Tuesday. You know, the couple of times that Joey and I have been to Walmart lately, we've looked at the egg aisle and the bulk of the like less expensive eggs gutted. You got the high dollar and on the higher shelf, and they're not much fuller. And then you've got some few that are like they're probably the ones where people went through and there was one broken egg and they put it back. So that's probably what that is. But I'm going into town today because we have errands. And so I'm going to check out Walmart again today just to see how much they are as well. So let's see. And Jesse is dropping links. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much. Jennifer said, even worse, they were never caught. She's trying to get her wood stove working, so, but she is listening. There is Joni. Hey, how are you? She said, gathering up our laundry, wanted to say hi. Thank you, Joni. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did laundry too. We were talking about that the other day. Laundry is also one of those things that's kind of a struggle till you figure it out. In the summer, it's a little bit easier when you're off grid. We do have a dryer that we plug into a generator, so we can use that. Our washer is now in the house, and we made a space for that so that, well, we had a big freeze, and if you saw my short with my, icicle clothes, and I'm sure Tony and Joni were like, yeah, we've probably been there, but the drain hose going out of the back of the washing machine froze, and it's like a bifurcation, and yeah, the whole bifurcation and the lead in, all of it frozen solid together there, and it was like it took days for it to thaw out. So Jesse said, yes, low acid foods have to be pressure canned. High acid foods are typically okay for steam canning or water bath. But whatever recipe you look at is going to tell you whether you can water bath it or if you have to steam pressure can it. No matter how long you boil water, it doesn't reach the temperature a pressure canner does. That's why some things need to be pressure canned and not water bath. Yes. Karen said, thank you for answering. Jesse said Tony always starts but hardly ever finishes. Just look at the south side of the house. Oh, don't start throwing shade, Jesse. Ginger, everything here is blessed from driveway to our cabin. Oh, yep, there you go. When you plant those starts, just bless them. I really enjoy my raised hugelkultur garden beds. Yes, they're pretty awesome, and he has a couple of them. So, okay, I'm just gonna leave this one there and move on. I'm just growing in pots this year. I have a large patio outside my bedroom, so it'll be easy to care for. Not really able to have an in-ground garden. Um, and anytime I have 18 acres, and a lot of it is clay. Okay, so I do so much in raised beds, so I'm right there with you. I just have the space to put my raised beds farther than you do. The one thing that we did do that I wanted to get done was the pig pen has now rested for a year. It's been a year since any pigs have been in there. And sorry, noisemaker here. And so now I am able to plant in that. So I think not I think, we did. Joey pulled up the two little shelters that we had down in the pig pen for them, not the wooden structures when they got really big. There was two smaller ones. One was like a paw hut for a dog, and it actually worked for all the pigs when they were tiny. And then we had another little plastic thing. Well, those things were like a foot in the mud and muck that the pigs had generated throughout their year of being here, year and a half. Um, so they took quite the digging to get them out. Plus, we had taken a pallet and cut a kind of a water. It holds like, I don't know how many gallons of water, but it's not one of the big 50-gallon drums. It was a smaller one, maybe 20 gallons. And we cut it in half and used one side for feed and one side for water. And Joey screwed it down to a pallet. Well, that thing had gotten so far down into the mud that you could barely see the sides. So that was gone. Now, that was a pen they were moved out of. So a lot of things grew up and grew over all that grassroots, because we had thrown some hay down there for them. So when that area was vacated, it just became like a jungle. Well, I went down there after Joey pulled those things up because he had to dig all of it up. There is probably a foot or a foot and a half down of just beautiful black soil. It is gorgeous and it is going to be so good. The pigs are really good for fertilizing some beds. 4 sides on the house, Jesse. Only one left to do. Come on, man. Give me a break, he said. Give me a break, Jesse. Always busting my chops. They may have thought the diaper bags were purses or just a bag that could have had anything in it and didn't want to waste time to look inside. That's true. That's true. They may have just seen the straps of it and just grabbed it and hauled butt. Well, it's been fun, but got to run. Headed over to Chelsea's for a bit. Take care. Okay, guys, you guys have a great day. Love y'all. And be careful on your icy roads or your stormy roads. Lisa has been freeze drying eggs for quite some time, so we have plenty of eggs to last us for a long time. That's awesome. That'll get you through this little current crisis, possibly real crisis, possibly not real crisis, but a crisis nonetheless. It'll get you through that. Yes, you understand the challenges when you have rainwater catchment. Yes, absolutely. Our washer froze up and it cracked the pump on it. So Now we have to take laundry over to our daughters. Yep, I've had to do that too. Hey, Des, how are you? Good morning. Um, Shades, you have to have trees first. That's true. That is true, Jesse. You always want to throw some shade his way, though. Nanny Tam, did your book arrive yet? Joni is asking if you got your book. I thought I saw something on an address mix up a couple nights ago in a chat. So maybe that was Monday night in Digging in the Word. Sorry, Virginia fingers have a stuttering problem this morning. Yeah, mine do too when I wake up, Des. Tony said, have a great day, Ginger, and everyone. I have to head to the city. Be safe and stay warm. Thank you. You too, Tony. Be careful. She said, no, Joni, I don't know why we are having such a problem getting mail. I saw the book was sent to our older address, which is not the address you mailed it to. Then it was returned by post office. Wow, that's crazy. I mailed something to Glenda, and it took forever to get to her. She said her post office is crazy. Nothing is right. Some of you women use their diaper bags as purses. That's true, Des. They do not, that way they don't have to carry more bags, right? That is absolutely correct. There is Scott rambling with the brooms. Oh, I'm glad I saw his comment. I have been rattling on for 56 minutes here, almost 57. Scott's going to be coming on at noon. But he said, I'm late, very bad roads, 8 to 10 inches in 10 hours of the snow, the bad word, the bad S word, snow. Des said, been up since 6 a.m. and took daughter to the cottage at 7 a.m. Just not together yet. No, I get it. So mail, I'm just getting mail that was sent to me from the U.S. in November. At least the problem is massive backlog from the strike. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you're finally getting your mail in, Jennifer. That is awesome. Jen, send me your address so I can surprise Joe. Okay, I will do that. Tamara said you and Tina must have had the same teacher at Rambling with the That's not a record for you, Ginger. Oh, so now you decide to chime in, Joey? When I'm talking about how long I've talked? What a turkey. Poop in a bag. That's what you're going to send him. I'm the one that checks the P.O. box, Scott. Do not send any poop in a bag here. Okay. And Tamara is laughing. Or she's smiling. So now everybody's going to say hello to Joey. He's probably driving. So yeah, at noon today, which is an hour from now, will be Scott rambling with the brooms, excuse me. Nanny Tam said, sending you an email, Ginger. Okay, sounds good. Scott said, can't promise. No, I check it, Scott. Don't do that to me. I didn't do anything to you. He comes on at noon. So you'll have time between myself and him to go get you some lunch or something. And then you can go in there and visit with people as well. And then tonight is Homestead Hangout. Starts with Gillum Farms at my time is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he will tell you where to go following there for all of the rest of the evening's lineup. Taking 56 minutes, you do that, and talking 56 minutes, you do that in your sleep. Speaking from the person who chews in his sleep, I swear he chews. I don't know what he's chewing. Maybe he's chewing on a piece of bacon that wasn't cooked long enough. Maybe he's chewing on a rawhide like one of the dogs. I don't know. But Joey chews in his sleep. So if I talk in my sleep, Sorry, you chew in your sleep. Yes, Tamara. Have an awesome day, everyone. Yep, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. We got some errands we're going to do. Go get some plant starts planted, people. I'm so excited. You can keep them in your house. Just do a few. You can keep them in your house until um, it's your frost days are gone, and then you'll already be ahead of the game, and they'll be way up there by the time you get them and plant them out in the ground. Okay. So guys, we love you. Thank you all so much for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Every single one of you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you for being here. And I'm sure we'll see you tonight in chat somewhere. So yes, as Karen said, I can't get her comment to go up. There you go. Have a blessed day, everyone. We love you. Yes, grow, grow, grow. This year is the year for you to do a ginormous garden. Yes, we are an old married couple. We've been married 30, I can't even, it feels like forever. We've been married forever. We'll just put it that way. I need help from gardening. Oh gosh. Really? You're going to throw stones and wrap it up? That's it. Yep, just like Scott said. Folks, that's all, folks. All right, guys. Love you all. Oh, Julie Cook, I'm so sorry if I did not see you. Anyways, we love you guys. Talk to you soon, and happy gardening to everyone. God bless. I'll see you in chat over at Scott's.